Today is the last and final countdown day to our special coverage of President William Ruto and First Lady Rachel Ruto White House state visit. The year around the White House and downtown Washington, D.C. is abuzz with enthusiasm, as we've mentioned to you for the last 2 days. And the White House are putting finishing touches to the ceremony that will take place tomorrow in less than 24 hours. Today, the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, as well as U.S. Ambassador to Kenya, Meg Whitman, and Assistant Secretary of State for African Affairs, Molly Phipps, as well as Senior Biden-Harris administration, traveled to JBA to welcome President William Ruto and the First Lady, Rachel Ruto, to Washington, D.C. As we mentioned to you, the president arrived in the U.S. on Monday in Atlanta, and he has been busy with the diaspora as well as the private sector. And the president visited the Carter Institute, the Carter Research Foundation in Atlanta, as well as the CDC, where he announced partnership between Kenya and the CDC regarding a new initiative surrounding HIV and AIDS. And the president also went to the Martin Luther King Research Center in Atlanta. As we know, Dr. King, an icon of civil rights, not just for America, globally, and as in Kenya also. The president yesterday delivered remarks at the Spelman College, and one of the top HBCU, black historical black colleges in America, and an partnership between the university and Kenya students regarding research as well as exchange programs. Today, as I mentioned, the First Lady went to JBA. We were there for the arrival ceremony. The first I've been covering the White House since the Obama, and this is the first one that we see that the First Lady, as well as the ambassador, U.S. ambassador to Kenya, traveled to JBA to welcome and a visiting head of state. So this is very, very significant. As we mentioned also, Kenya and U.S. relationship go very, very deep. The former President Barack Obama father is from Kenya. President number 44, his father is from Kenya. And as the President Biden mentioned today during his remark when President Ruto visited the White House for a private meeting with American CEO. President Biden traveled to Kenya as Vice President. So this event is very, very significant. Today also the First Lady, Dr. Jill Biden, preview the state dinner, the decoration, as well as the food that we prepare for guests tomorrow. I had the opportunity to talk to the Social Secretary about what this event means. He's been doing this for a while, and the significance of this event. Tomorrow, the state dinner, we were told that at least 500 guests will be attending, and we assume like those will be Americans as well as African within the diaspora, and visiting Kenya delegation that are traveling with the president. So tomorrow we will be bringing you coverage, the special coverage. We are very, very excited to do this. But first, here is the event from today.
White House Executive Chef Chris Comfort, and White House Executive Pastry Chef Susie Morrison.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
So quiet. Okay. So So tomorrow night, we mark the 60th anniversary of the United States partnership with Kenya with an elegant dinner under the stars in a pavilion made almost entirely of glass, looking up at our one sky. While outside, night surrounds us, inside, guests will be brought together over the glow of candles in a space saturated with warm pinks and reds. The night will feature special performances to honor President and First Lady Ruto's love of gospel and country music, the amazing Howard Gospel Choir, and the incredible Brad Paisley. As guests leave their path illuminated by our one moon, I hope they will be filled with the same warmth that I felt on my visits to Kenya. That of a friendship that will endure, helping create a shining and prosperous tomorrow. Every detail of the steak dinner has been thoughtfully planned out by so many people from across our government. Joe and I could not have asked for a better team. And I am once again grateful for Brian Raffinelli's brilliance and partnership. There's Brian. So finally, to bring some of tomorrow's hospitality to today, we will share with all of you a little taste of the meal our incredible chefs are preparing for the guests. So you all know Chris and Susie, right? So now, please welcome our Social Secretary, Carlos Elizondo. Carlos?
Thank you, Dr. Webb. What better way to welcome our guests to our nation's capital than by highlighting stunning views of our country's front yard. So tomorrow night we've created an experience that will feature the beautiful scenes of the White House and the Washington Monument that few get to enjoy. We will welcome guests with a cocktail reception on the terrace of the pavilion adjacent to our beautiful White House fountain. As the sun sets, guests will enter the transparent pavilion, and as night falls, their attention will turn from the sweeping views outside to the radiance of over 1,000 candles displayed along the walls, framing a majestic view of the Washington Monument behind the stage. The light from the candles will dance off the glass walls, mirrored tabletops, and sequined lavender and floral patterned linens. Gold flatware and plates with golden rims complement the display. It is a design that reflects the First Lady's love of candlelight, a way she likes to make guests feel as if they are at home, even when they're part of a large group. Color runs through each table, roses and orchids representing the United States and Kenya sit alongside peony and ranunculi, some of the First Lady's favorite flowers. A fuchsia carpet helps fill the space with an inviting warmth, adding a burst of color throughout. Another featured element in the pavilion will be a beautiful hanging centerpiece created from 15,000 pieces of layered reflective metallic strips that will catch the candlelight around them, showering the room with sparkling gold and silver light and mirroring the stars above. A symbol of the joy of our celebration, suspended in time and place, made especially for our guests. I want to thank the many teams, especially my team, Team Social, and the Office of the Chief of Protocol, along with Brian Raffinelli and company, who have worked tirelessly to make this state visit memorable. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce our incredible executive White House chefs, Chris and Susie, who, as the First Lady mentioned, will share with all of you a sample of what our guests will be enjoying tomorrow evening. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Susie and I are so excited for this state dinner. because it's the beginning of summer. So for the first course, we chose to do like a chilled tomato soup. Basically, we're doing a green soup that's marinated with some Vidalia onions, some wonderful cucumber, and some wonderful white balsamic vinegar. It's very reminiscent of what's the summer is supposed to be, because Monday is Memorial Day. So we're welcoming the beginning of summer. It's a chilled tomato soup with sourdough crisp, and it's drizzled with Arbequina olive oil. The Arbequina olive oil is actually from California, and then the tomatoes are from the Hab Houses in Ohio, so we purvey most of our produce from around the country. For the main course, we are doing the best of both worlds. We're doing lobster that's poached in butter. Isn't that a great combination? And also some short ribs that's been marinated and lightly smoked. It sits on a wonderful blend of kale and roasted corn, and some wonderful corn puree, and some roasted turnips, sweet potatoes, and squash. So we want the guests to feel that they could have both red meat and also seafood, but also we have to make sure that we take care of our guests that are vegetarians and vegans, so we also have some wonderful dishes for them. Now I give to Susie.
Thank you, Chef Chris. Well, as Chef Chris said, and I say as well, welcome to all of you. So excited to have you here today, and excited to share with you the dessert for this Kenya State dinner. We made a homemade white chocolate basket, and inside it is a nectarine paste, which we made with nectarines that we created, made it into a thick paste of compote. And then we also have a banana ganache, and on top we have fresh raspberries, peaches, and then surrounding the white chocolate basket is fresh raspberries, fresh strawberries, blackberries, and blueberries. And then in the front we have the United States flag and the Kenya's flag. And then we also have some lemon viola flowers and orange marmalade flower. So we're very excited for tomorrow and excited that all of you are here, and we look forward to all the guests who will be here to join us. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, chefs. We appreciate it. We'll now have a sample of the soup, and we'll drop the rope so you can get your beauty shots here. Thanks, everybody.
You have been doing this for quite a while, but I guess this will be the first time you are doing for an African head of state.
Yeah.
Tell me about the plan that went into this.
The what?
Plan that
The
went
plan.
into
Oh, lots of plan, as the First Lady said. Lots of people, lots of thought, lots of planning. You know, it's been months that we've been talking about this.
Okay.
So we are very much looking forward to it.
Did you get any insights regarding the food and decoration? Did you talk to the First Lady Rachel Ruto? Did you get any input
As
from
we
them?
always do for these, in preparation for these and for the planning of state dinners, we always get information from our colleagues at the State Department in the protocol office, who get the likes and the desires or the food preferences, if you will, of all of the visiting world leaders.
Okay. So, what is the most exciting thing about designing this event, organizing this event for you?
I think the most exciting part is that every dinner, every country is unique. So, as you can see here in this beautiful setting, as what we will replicate for the pavilion tomorrow night. I mean, it's just going to be breathtaking, and our guests will be. I hope, the First Lady's hope is that that people are indeed wowed by this beautiful dining experience.
Okay. And as a Kenyan flag,
As a what?
You're wearing the American and Kenya flag.
Yes.
Proudly.
Yes.
So, this historic moment, talk to me about it. What it means to you.
So we actually
I think it's historic. I think the last time a state dinner was had was in 2008, I believe, hosted by then President Bush. So this is obviously a very special event for tomorrow night that the Bidens are looking forward to.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you very much.
Of course, thank you.
you.